Miss July said that they have a friend named Mike who has a boat in Astoria, and she'd heard that Ozark, Iraq was possibly staying on it. Miss July provided me with Mike's cell number, 503-481-3192. Miss July told me that the dog in question was a blue Pomeranian named Blue Bear. She explained that she'd acquired the dog to comply with the instructions from her doctor, who'd prescribed a companion dog to assist with her with mobility. Miss July's boyfriend, William Orak, was at her home when I called her, so I spoke with him also. William Orak, that he is suspect Ozark Irak's cousin. On the date and time in question, after learning that Miss July was being transported to the hospital from the Kaiser Clinic, William asked Ozark to accompany him to the clinic and to help retrieve Miss July's companion dog. William Orak said that upon reaching the clinic, Ozark drove his truck with the dog in it while he drove Miss July's car. He related that Ozark was following him, and at about 162nd he noticed that Ozark was no longer behind him. William repeatedly tried calling Ozark while looking for him and received no answer. About 3 hours later, William located Ozark at Miss July's and asked him where the dog was. William said Ozark refused to tell him where the dog was. William provided Ozark's cell number, 503-709-4451. I then called the cell number Miss July had provided for Mike. A subject who eventually identified himself as Mike Hecker answered. Mr. Hecker said that about 2 weeks ago he gave Ozark the key to his boat because Ozark said he was considering buying it. Mr. Hecker had heard that Ozark was staying on the boat but didn't know for sure. Mr. Hecker said that his boat is docked at the West Basin Moorage in Astoria but didn't remember what exact slip. I located the West Basin Moorage online and phoned there. I learned that Mr. Hecker's boat was berthed in slip C-49 and the name of the boat was Katana. I then phoned Astoria PD and was transferred to Deputy Chief Halvorsen, who agreed to go to the West Basin Marina C-49 and try to locate Ozark. About 45 minutes later, DC Halvorsen called me back to report that no one was at the vessel, and it didn't appear that anyone had been there recently. On 09-25-15-12:30, I tried to phone Ozark on his cell. He didn't answer, and I left a message for him to call me. On 09-29-15-08:30, upon returning to work, I noted an envelope in my mailbox containing 5 photos with handwritten notes on the back of each explaining the photo. A short time later, I learned that they were dropped off for me at GPD by Miss July, and that's Gresham Police Department. 2 photos are of Ozark, Iraq, 2 are of the boat Katana, and 1 is of a subject and a little girl. A few minutes later, when I spoke with Miss July, I learned that the subject in the photo with the little girl is Riggs Orak. Miss Julie said that she'd heard that Riggs had gotten together with Ozark after he'd stolen her dog in her boyfriend William Orak's truck. I placed the photos into GPD evidence. On 10:09-15 at about 17:46 hours, I was notified by Astoria PD that Ozark, Iraq had been taken into custody on an outstanding warrant with an additional pending felon in possession of firearm charge. Eventually, I was put on the phone with APD Officer McNary, who had Orak in custody. Officer McNary put Orak on speakerphone so that I could... Okay, hold on. Okay, hold up. See.
Apparently I can take babies out of the scene.
Okay, hold on. I'm in the middle of a film, but that's really interesting. Let me see. I think there's...
Let me stop it?
Yeah, but I want to get...